Hey folks, unapologetically Mocha, and yeah, you saw this coming. Okay, so the last few weeks have been interesting. I've seen people who have up till now pretty much just blithely went through life thinking that everything was okay, and that people who were saying other that things weren't okay were oh my god. I've seen people who, up until now, have pretty much blithely went through life thinking that everything was okay, and that people who were saying otherwise were blowing things out of proportion. And then this past weekend happened. Now suddenly, the best way to describe it is that people have a fire lit under them. They're suddenly angered by what they're seeing and what's going on around them. They're angry and upset about what people are doing and by the rationale people are using to justify the things that they're doing. And they're angry. Really angry. For a couple of days now, I've been seeing posts like this. And this. And this. And I even went to a rally and witnessed this. But seriously, I could go on and on. Some of y'all have been blowing up my Facebook with these posts, and it's been interesting and a bit heartwarming to actually experience this. But I can tell that there's some confusion on some of y'all's part about why you feel the way you're feeling and why you're compelled to act the way you are. For those of you that are experiencing such confusion, there's a term for that. It's called being woke. Welcome. We have cookies. For many of us, what happened in Charlottesville was just an example of what's been going on in smaller doses all around the country for years. Racism isn't a new thing. White nationals aren't a new group. There have been subsets of the white race whose only mission in life seems to be to make sure the minorities don't advance in this country. You don't believe me? Okay, the Klan was founded by white men who were afraid that free slaves were going to be competition to them financially, and they couldn't have that. So they sought out to oppress them. That's why they exist. But you know what? That's not what this video is about, okay? Now that you can see what a huge issue racism actually is in this country, you can now help do something about it. You can now help do something about it. Some of you have been asking me for a very long time, what can we do to help combat racism? And I've pretty much said the same thing over and over again, and I'm going to say it again right now. When you see racism, when you see prejudice, when you see bigotry, call it out. When someone cracks a racist joke, tell them it's a racist joke and you don't want to hear it. When someone makes a racist comment, tell them it's a racist comment and that you don't want to hear it. If someone says anything remotely prejudiced or bigoted, if someone says something that's remotely prejudiced or bigoted, tell them that what they said is prejudiced and bigoted, and you're not going to tolerate it. Wash, rinse, repeat. The point is, don't be silent. Speak up. If you truly believe that racism, bigotry, and prejudice have no place in our world, then you need to take steps to remove it from our world. Now, okay, it may seem like I'm just talking to white people. And yeah, I kind of am. I'm about to say something that's probably going to tick off some of my own people, i.e., black folks, and others as well. But hey, you know what? That's okay, because I feel how I feel and I believe in standing up for what you believe. The bottom line is, no group that has fought or is fighting for equality right now, or has in the past, can do it alone. We need the support of allies from the majority. And like it or not, in the United States, that would be white people. No group has won any rights whatsoever without a section of the oppressing group, white people, basically shouting down their own. Slavery would still exist if it wasn't for the abolitionists, many of whom were white people who were against slavery. Women wouldn't be able to vote if it wasn't for men who believed that women had the right to vote. Same-sex marriage wouldn't be legal if people in male-female or traditional, however you want to describe it, marriages didn't believe that love is love is love. So no group can do it alone. We need allies. And we'd be foolish and just harming our own agendas if we forget that fact and we don't welcome these allies in and use it to our advantage. So I just want to say thanks, white friends. Keep up the good work. Now that you're woke, I need you to call out the racism when you see it, and call it out loudly and often and whenever you see it. Call out those in your race that are the lesser of you. And keep calling out those that dim your compassion and erase your beauty. Because you, like the rest of us, are beautiful. And don't let people of your grace take that beauty away. This is kind of, I don't know. I'm trying to keep it light, but it's a heavy topic. So I apologize if it's coming off as heavy, sorta. But as apologetically mocha, I say what needs to be said. I try to be funny about it, but sometimes it just is what it is. On that note, though, a friend posted something on my Facebook this morning that puts a rather humorous spin on fighting racism and helps a worthy cause at the same time. Apparently there's a white supremacist group in Europe that wanted to stage a protest in a small town. Well, that town didn't want to protest and they didn't want to march, but they weren't going to stop them. They took a different tactic. For every mile that the white supremacists marched, they donated 10 pounds to a charity that combats neo-Nazism and white supremacy. They raised several thousand pounds, like 10, 12,000 pounds, something like that. I'll put the link to the story in the description. That's epic. I love that idea so much, I don't know what to do with myself. So I propose we do the same thing here. Every time white nationalists, the KKK, or any other white power group decides they want to have their voice heard and exercise their freedom of speech, we need to donate money to a cause that they would absolutely hate. NAACP, ACLU, any LGBTQ organization you could think of, anything for women's rights, whatever. If it's an organization that they aren't going to like, that's who we donate to. I don't care if it's a penny, a dime, a quarter, $1, or $10, a mile, a foot, however you want to measure it. That's what we need to do. Because I have been saying all along that the best way to combat people and to hit them where it hurts is to hit them in the pocketbook. And although we're not technically taking money from them, the fact that we are donating money to causes that they absolutely hate is wonderful. So, just a thought. Keep that in mind next time there's a rally that white supremacists want to hold in your town or your state or what have you. Because the sad thing is, this is only the beginning. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. So those of you that finally decide to stand up, I really, really hope that you decide to remain standing, because we're going to need you. Anyway, that's all from me today. This video is probably on the long side, so I apologize for that. But you know what? I said what needed to be said. I shared what I wanted to share. And, it is what it is. If you like what I've shared today, go ahead and share it with others. Give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you want to, because I'm going to be making more videos kind of like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I make videos generally twice a week. I shoot for Tuesdays and Fridays, but, the days can vary. But, as always, I'm unapologetic. I'm Mocha, and I will be both until the very end. Thanks for stopping by, and I will talk to you in my next video. Peace.